If you're landing on this video without seeing the first two wildly unpopular videos in this series, you can check them out here. The first one is called Content is Worthless, and the second one is called Engagement is Worthless. Here are the quickie pitches.
Here we go, the short version.
The first one, content has no value because it is a means to an end. The value is in the audience. However, this brings me to number two, mere audience attention, aka impressions, reach, views, brand recall, and engagement, aka clicks, likes, shares, comments, don't have much value either due to the rampant growth in internet fakery and click fraud.
I'm a complete fraud!
So the only things of value are relationships, and by that I mean the type of engagements that lead to sustained, ongoing interactions, loyalty, and word of mouth, which is why putting your stock into influencers is dumb. Keep watching. My name is Tara, and this is Truly Strategic. Let me get right to the point. This thing called influencer marketing is a smoking bag of garbage which has turned into a dumpster fire.
This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are unfolding currently.
What I mean by that is what was once a fairly legitimate way to create inroads into communities of interest for your brand has been turned into a massive joke. Now let's go back to a time before Instagram models and LinkedIn experts, when there were real, legitimately passionate people who worked their butts off to pioneer an idea or pull together like-minded people into communities. There were and still are many of these amazing pioneers doing this work, not because they want to make money off of sponsorships, but because they believe in something. People like Kalia Hamlin, aka Identity Woman, who has been beating the drum around owning our identity online, before I even realized that that was a thing. Lawrence Lessig, founder of Creative Commons, a copyleft, legally binding standard for the internet age, and Baratunde Thurston, who may well be credited with paving the way for the strong presence of Black Twitter today. True influencers, these pioneers gathered a strong, engaged audience that trusts them deeply. If they said that a new app was awesome, well, their followers would download it. If they were spotted with a new gadget, their followers would likely buy it.
They all hang on my every word!
They influenced because they built relationships and trust. True influencers feel awkward about taking money to promote anything because they honor that trust. They don't want to break it.
I got trust issues.
But today, and with what's happening now, that trust is broken on all sides. The audience is weary, they don't know who to trust, and the brands, well, they can't quite tell who's truly influential versus who's fake now. It's gotten so bad that influencers are even faking sponsorships to get sponsorship.
I not clearly explain the circle of trust to you, Greg?
Still, brands continue to froth at the mouth over the whole influencer marketing racket. Like many other tactics, these are short-sighted attention-seeking tactics. Like many of their short-sighted attention-seeking tactics, they see the millions of followers and would rather pay for a quick access to that audience than to invest in their own.
What a waste of time and money.
And this is the whole issue with everything. Going back to my previous worthless episodes, I talk about content and engagement being worthless because content in itself is invaluable. It's a means to an end, attracting an audience. And then the engagement itself being worthless because unless it turns into sustained engagement, loyalty, and word of mouth, it's fleeting. Focus on either of these things, content or engagement, misses the point. In the case of influencers, focusing on paying influencers to access their audience equally misses the point.
You're missing the point.
As I said before, the point is that relationships are valuable. Influencers are influencers, or at least the real ones are, because they built relationships. That's why they can charge brands money to reach that audience. The deeper that relationship is, the more that audience is worth. So wouldn't it make sense for brands to spend money on building their own relationships? I.e., build your own damn influence.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of work, which isn't my jam.
This isn't unprecedented. There are plenty of brands who have strong influence because they've invested in relationships, either through, and don't laugh, it's not me being hypocritical, creating valuable content that builds and sustains an audience, or creating remarkable customer experiences and interactions that build brand loyalty and trust, or by being great community members as well, taking the time to listen and engage, not just pay for engagements, but actually engage with their customers.
I hate talking.
to people about things.
The right influencers can help you get there, by the way, but you need to build relationships with them, not just pay them through some sort of online platform that sends them a contract to tweet this and post that.
She has thousands of Instagram followers.
At the end of the day, the right content can create a valuable platform and resource for your audience to want to come back to time and time again. Two-way engagement can add a layer of goodwill, building on that trust. And then, of course, the right influencers engaged in meaningful ways can help propel these interactions further. You see, in and of themselves, content, engagement, and influencers are worthless, but only when they're seen as promotional tools to try to fast-track your results. But if you see them as ways to contribute and add value as part of the overall goal of building long-term relationships, they can be priceless.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
My name is Tara, and this has been Truly Strategic.